who has the name of Wild Horse Willie, rounding up wild Mustangs in South Texas and then running and walking them clear to Nebraska can make you just a little weary. The payoff when we sold the Bronx was better than trail wages, but I promised myself I'd stick to riding herd for a while. Less fussing, less cussing, and easier on the seat of my pants.
Sam Bass, he came from Indiana. It was his native state. He came clear out to Texas, and there he met his fate. Sam always drank good liquor and spent his money free, and a kind-hearted fella you seldom ever see.
Sounded pretty good.
You look about as frazzled as me, cowboy.
Well, that could be. Of course, I'm a mite drier.
Well, this ought to buck you up. Nothing like a shot of red eye. I was mighty pretty. Sorry you had to see that, friend. Makes it kind of embarrassing.
For you or for me?
Could be both, I reckon. Maybe you heard of me. Ben Reed. Busted out of Fort Lyon. The reward should be pretty sizable.
I heard of you.
You might be tempted to spoil a pleasant meeting of strangers for mere money. Me? I'd be more than tempted to stop you. Awful embarrassing.
I'm not a bounty hunter, if that's what you mean.
You know, I like your manner, friend. I take your word. Now, be on your way. I want to get this leg iron off. You said you're no bounty hunter. I say I never shot a man in the back. But what do we do?
Well, I wouldn't like to put temptation in your way, so suppose we do it this way. I think it's only fair to tell you that I feel duty-bound to report this to the first lawman I see.
Well, that's fair enough. I'll be in the next state.
The jail had changed. It looked more inviting than the hotel. Hey, Milt.
Well, if it ain't Vent Bonner, well, I'm a hung jury in the Pollock. How are you, boy?
Good, good. Say, this must be my day for meeting up with drinking men.
Well, am I glad to see you.
If I remember correctly, you were looking out from behind these same bars the last time I saw you, and that's more than a couple of years ago.
Well, now, as a matter of fact, that's the story of my life, either in front of the bars or behind them. I haven't missed more than two Saturday nights since I built the place.
You're living in style. Say, who fancied up the jail?
Oh, we got a brand new sheriff. He might need a few pointers here and there, but I'm a-telling you, in a fight, he's just as cool as a polecat in the moonlight. Why, you ought to have seen him tonight. Hey, is that you, Sheriff? Come back here. I want you to meet an old friend of mine, huh? Sheriff Billy, Vet Bonner.
Glad to know you, Sheriff.
Well, pleased to meet you, Mr. Bonner. Come along out of there, Milt.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Milt, why don't you try skipping next Saturday?
Well, Sheriff, you know I do try. That's my one virtue, you know. Well, come on, Brent. Thanks for the hospitality, Sheriff.
Sheriff, I ran into a drunk on a trail about 12 miles northeast of here. Said he'd just broken out of Fort Lyon. Called himself Ben Reed. We threw down on each other at the same time. It was a standoff. Peculiar kind of fellow. I don't know which way he was headed.
Well, I'll get a message off to Fort Lyon, see if I can get some information on him.
Thought I ought to tell you.
Mr. Bonner, I've heard quite a bit about you since I came to town. Folks say you cover a lot of territory.
I get around some.
Did you ever hear of a man named Blake Riddle?
Blake Riddle. Can't say as I have. Relative?
My father.
Supposed to be in this country somewhere?
No, not here in Cooper Springs. Somewhere in the territory.
You haven't heard from him lately, is that it?
No, I've never heard from him. I've never even seen him.
Tell me some more about it.
I was asking for information, not for help and sympathy, Mr. Bonner. Something strike you funny, mister?
Oh, don't mind my sense of humor, young friend. It's just that the sight of you wearing that star gives me that safe, good feeling.
Hi. You, like the flowers?
They're real pretty.
You acted so funny in church this morning, I wasn't sure whether you'd be here.
I'm sorry, Annie. I mean, that's the way it's always going to be. Till I do what I have to do. Believe me, I don't want to hurt you.
Don't you think I know that? The thing that hurts is to see what you're doing to yourself.
I got to keep looking for him. Till I know for sure where he is. How I made out. Well, after all, he's my father.
I can't fight against a ghost, darling.
I'll come back someday when I'm sure.
I can't promise I'll wait for that someday, Bill. Let's get one thing straight. I'm not a woman who'll do anything to get a man, any man, just because she'll never have another chance. This is hard to say, Bill, but there'll be somebody else that I can live with and respect and learn to love.
I can't help myself.
I'm sorry for you, then. For both of us.
Brent, you haven't been paying much attention to me.
I'm sorry, old timer. I was just thinking.
Thinking. That's the way it starts with me every Friday night.
Matter of fact, I was thinking about that boy you got for a sheriff.
Yeah, you know, Vent, if I'm not mighty wrong, that boy's going to be moving on.
Well, it's only natural for a boy to want to know more about his father, especially if he's never seen him.
No, that boy belongs right here in this town and married up with Annie White.
He sure closed up tight on me. Do you know the story about his folks?
Well, it seems that his father brought his mother out west, and she was a delicate type. Pioneering was too rough on her. And just before Billy was born, she gave up, went back home. And after she died, Billy come out here. And then Billy was going through an old trunk of his mother's and found a letter from his daddy. In it, he said he planned to buy a ranch up in Nebraska, someplace. She never did answer that letter. No, it can't be. We don't have shooting scrapes in this town.
Bill? Be careful, please.
You got one now.
This is on me, Sheriff. Ben Reed. You hired me.
That's Ben Reed, the one I told you about.
Oh,
Fine. And I know right where to take him.
He may be drunk, but he's still dangerous.
Now let Ben help you, boy. You were new at this game.
Thanks. Thanks all the same.
bring out your best, bartender. This might be my last fling, and I want all my old friends here to help me jubilate. Well, do like I say.
I'll take that gun, Mr. Reed.
Where'd you come from, Sonny? I saw you before, but I thought you was playing hooky from Sunday school.
I'm sheriff of this town, mister.
I thought I told you to pour that liquor.
Put that bottle down. Nobody here takes a drink till I put this man where he belongs. You under arrest, mister.
Oh, that's too bad. Most boys your age would like to think of all they got to live for. But maybe you're different.
Maybe I am.
Now, what's your name, Sonny? Oh, just for the record. I always like to know a man's name before there's any unpleasantness.
Riddle. Sheriff Bill Riddle. You gonna hand over that gun?
Well?
I know what you mean.
I never drink Sundays after I eat. That's my one virtue. But
I'll have one with you.
That's personal property. You got a right to the gun and the belt, but that there belongs to me. I'd be obliged if you'd hand it over.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. He had it stuck in his gun belt. The only way I could find him was to meet up with him this way. Boy, this is sure my lucky day. There he is. A thief, outlaw, and a killer. My father. That's why I let me take him without lifting a finger. You said yourself he'd be too hard to take.
Look, boy, just because the man let you arrest him doesn't prove kinship. He could have come by this locket a number of ways.
I'm going to take him out on the prairie and let him go on his way. My mother must have seen something in him once. At least thought she did.
Where are you going, brother?
I won't be long. I'm going to go talk to Annie.
Now, don't do anything foolish. You belong in this town. Annie's just a gal for you. Now, listen to old Mill.
You sober?
Yeah, I'm sober.
Is he really your son, or is this just another out for you?
Yeah, I'm his father. Fine-looking boy, ain't he?
So you'd better start looking around for that somebody else you was talking about, Annie.
But the people will understand about your father, Bill. That you're doing what you think you have to.
They put their faith in me. No questions asked. I'm not letting them down. But I'm standing by my father.
But, Bill... I'll wait, or I'll join you anywhere you say. Oh, don't you understand?
Nope. What you said for makes a lot better sense. Bye, Annie.
Sam Bassey came from Indiana. It was his native state. He came clear out to Texas, and there
Where do you suppose he got it?
Oh, maybe he had it in his pocket.
Sam always drank good liquor and spent his money free.
Where'd he get the whiskey?
We were just wondering the same thing.
Did you give it to him, Milt?
No, honest to Pete, I didn't.
She gonna let your poor old man off easy, are you?
What are you talking about?
You ain't even drive behind the ears. The idea of a kid of mine being a sheriff, that's good for a laugh.
Keep talking.
I never thought a piece of junk I took off a dead man would cause such a fuss.
You explain that. What dead man?
Well, it was over the Whitetail, a town on the North Platte, about 10 years ago. Some folks over there got the idea that me and some other boys held up a bank. A safety committee came after us. There was a lot of shooting, and They pulled out fast. But they left 2 men dead. One of them was carrying a locket.
And you killed him?
Well, how should I know? There was a lot of shooting.
That locket wasn't worth much. Why would you steal it off a dead man?
No. It had a picture of a right pretty woman in it. I figured it was the rancher's wife. Well, I got the notion that I might drop by and see her sometime. I always had a way with the women. And she might get a little lonely.
That's enough. Kill him.
Wouldn't help anything. At least now you know. You gonna be all right?
Yep. Sure. I was a fool to let myself believe a man like that. We better get started for Fort Lyon. I'll get the horses.
You believe me?
I couldn't say I do. I knew about that robbery in Whitetail. It wasn't 10 years ago, it was more like 3 or 4.
You've got a good memory.
And that posse that went out after you. They came back without firing a shot. I knew every man in it. There wasn't one named Little.
One thing is true, though.
What's that?
His father is dead. And I killed him.
What?
My wife left me. But she never answered my letters. That's when I killed a man his father was. Or whatever he hoped to be. That was when I crossed the line. That was when I became Ben Reed. That was the end of Blake Riddle.
But I'd say there's more of Blake Riddle here today than Ben Reed.
Thanks a lot, old friend. That helps. And like I said on the trail, I like your manner. I like it real well.
Mr. Bonner. You tell Annie I'll be back. Tell her why.
I'll tell her, Bill.
Thanks. Milt, in my desk drawer there's a deputy badge. You put it on till I get back, yeah?
Me? Well, I can't even take care of myself.
Ain't nothing wrong with you, Milt. Not between Sunday and Friday, anyway.
Deputy, huh? I heard a saying one time. There's so much bad in the best of us and so much good in the worst of us that it ill behooves any of us to talk about the rest of us. It had been quite a spell since I'd been in town. Since the last anniversary party of the Taylor brothers, in fact. Kermit and Rome Taylor owned the town bank.
I'm going to take this one more chair, and then I'm going to clear out of here.
You've taken enough already, trying to hog all the good furniture for yourself. This chair stays here.
Hog all the good furniture? Well, that's a laugh, particularly since this desk of yours belongs to me. All right, you want this chair? Well, you just take it, and I'll take the desk.
No, you don't. No, you don't. All right, you want this old chair? Take it.
Well, you've
Now you've done
enough to welcome an old friend.
Big, come on in. Come on in. Glad to see you.
Hello, Kermit.
Well, you here to see the fair?
Yeah, I thought I'd drop by and deposit this $50 before I squandered it on all the concessions. Pop Morgan paid me off for rounding up some of his cattle.
Well, we're always open for business, Vint. I'll make out the passbook for you.
Vince, let me make out the passage.
Well, I can't see as it makes any difference.
Well, it's a big difference. Rome and I have split up.
Split up?
Yeah. This is my bank now, the Wickford Savings and Trust.
And my bank is across the street, the Wickford Trust and Savings.
Well, then here's $25 for the Wickford Savings and Trust and $25 for the Wickford Trust and Savings.
Vint,
Well, hi there, Sheriff.
when did you get to town?
I just got in. But I sure was surprised to hear that Rome and Kermit here had split up.
Yeah, if you want to know who started the whole mess, the answer is 2 words. Thelma Taylor.
You leave my wife's name out of this. I suppose your wife, Bessie, is Lily White. She is the troublemaker, Vint.
Look, Vint, let's go over to my funeral parlor. We can talk there, where it's nice and peaceful.
All right, I'll be by later for my past books.
Yep, Vint, the whole town split right down the middle. Some siding with Rome and Bessie, some with Kermit and Thelma. Thelma really started something when she decided to enter her strawberry preserves at the fair. Folks are toting guns again, first time in years.
Oh, come on now, Otto. You can't tell me there'd be gunplay over a thing like this.
When Thelma declared herself in the running, Bessie was fit to be tied. She's won the blue ribbon for preserves the last 5 years.
Well, where'd she get the idea?
Well, it all started last April. Thelma had a birthday on the 5th of April, Bessie on the 10th. Thelma's proud as a peacock riding around town in her new Surrey, which Kermit had given her as a birthday present. It's the nicest carriage in town. Until came time for Rome to give Bessie her present the following week.
Another Surrey?
Even nicer than the one Kermit had given Thelma.
Oh.
Thelma claimed it was just plain spite work. That's how the fireworks started.
How?
Well, Thelma said since Kermit was the oldest, the bank should have gone to him. That Rome had just worked his way around old man Taylor. It was all ancient history until she dug it up.
And Bessie wouldn't take that lying down.
No, she told the whole town old man Taylor had intended the bank to go to Rome.
Well, it looks to me, Otto, like the preserve contest is going to be the most exciting event at the fair.
Oh, it ain't funny, Vint. I'm general chairman. Can't find anybody to judge it.
Well, it's your headache. Good luck.
I've come to give you a piece of my mind, Otto Spears.
What's wrong this time, Bessie?
Hello, Bessie.
Oh, but Vince. Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't see you. Welcome to Tower Rock.
There were lots of things been happening since I was here last.
Well, Thelma's been trying to humiliate me, if that's what you mean, and Otto, who ought to be neutral, is on her side.
What have I done?
What you haven't done. The fair's tomorrow, and you haven't yet found a judge for the preserve contest.
Look, Bessie, I've been looking all over for one.
All over for one. To find a judge who'd vote for Thelma. That's what he's been doing.
Look, lady, I don't give a hoot who wins this. Wait a minute. I just found your judge.
Who?
You're looking right at him, Vint Bonner.
Oh,
Me?
Vince. Oh, that's wonderful. I can stop worrying now.
Well, yeah, and I can start worrying. I don't know a darn thing about preserve.
You know about tasting, don't you?
And everyone knows I make the best strawberry preserves in the county.
I knew I'd find you here, Bessie. And if you're planning with Otto to cheat me out of... Oh, why, Vint, how nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Thelma.
Vint's gonna be preserve judge, Thelma.
You are? Oh, why, that's wonderful, because you're the one man that Bessie can't fool. And it's high time that somebody else won the prize.
I've won the prize year after year because I deserve it.
Ladies, I don't want to be judge.
Oh, Vince, you're my friend. I wouldn't trust any other judge.
Oh, now you're seeing Bessie in her true light, trying to pull the wool over your eyes. As if I didn't trust you, Vint.
Why don't you gals stop ragging each other now? Get going.
I'll go when Thelma does.
See what I mean?
I see what you mean. And I'm not going to be judge.
Oh, Vint, all I want to do is stop this feuding.
I'm not the man for the job. But I know who you should get.
Tell me who.
A fellow by the name of King Solomon. Oh, hi there, Cal. Give me a cup of coffee, Gus.
Hi, Bonner. Have you seen Harry Turner?
Nope.
Been hiding out on me all day, but that ain't gonna get him anything.
What's the matter? I thought you two were partners in that feed and grain store.
Oh, fine sort of partner. Harry's just a low-down no good.
I heard that, Cal. What's eating on you anyhow?
Well, I'll tell you. What do you think you're pulling? Taking all our money out of Rome's bank and putting it in Kermit's.
I got just as much to say about it as you have, and Kermit's an honest banker. Oh, did you hear that, Vin?
Kermit honest. Only reason Harry's on his side is to get even with Rome.
Well, now, look, you two fellows lost me. What's all this about?
Well, Harry used to be soft on Bessie, wanted to marry her. Then Rome come a-courting, and Harry's been sore ever since.
That ain't so.
No! Then why are you siding with Kermit?
Why are you siding with Rome?
'Cause when we needed a loan to open our store, your honest banker Kermit turned us down cold, that's why.
It was Rome turned us down. Kermit wanted to lend us the money, only Rome wouldn't agree with it. Kermit told me so himself 3 days ago.
Then you tell Kermit he's a liar.
Maybe you're saying I'm a liar, too.
Well, maybe you are.
Now, come on. Now, come on.
No gunplay. No
I'll settle with you later, Harry. Anytime, any place. And why don't you mind your own business?
Why don't I? Here, have some coffee. When you told me the town was split right down the middle, I didn't believe you. Now I see what you mean.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
What's the worst thing about this is some things that start off little can end up being real serious.
Don't I know it? As town undertaker, I've put a lot of nice fellas 6 feet under. Fellas who just thought they had to shoot it out over something didn't amount to a hill of beans.
Though I can't rightly remember of a war starting over strawberry preserves.
We don't want no war, Vint. You got to do something.
You know, Otto, I think you're right. Maybe I ought to judge that contest after all.
Well, today's the day, and you're going to be the prettiest gal at the fair.
Prettier than Bessie?
Oh, that's easy. No contest.
Well, I wish I was that sure of winning the real contest.
Oh, now, Thelma, you're going to win that hands down.
If Vint Bonner isn't taken in by that Bessie, she's so sugar sweet to him, it's sick.
Oh, now, Vint Bonner's not so easily taken in.
No, don't be so sure. You know, that Bessie's a sly little minx. There's nothing too low for her to try.
Well, what do you think she might do?
I don't know. But I'll bet she's had Rome up all night planning how to win Vint over on her side.
Oh, Rome sure is putty in that gal's hands.
Honey, would you do me a favor?
Sure.
Why don't you go and see Vint?
Oh, Thelma, I don't think
Oh, please now. And try to make him see how that Bessie schemes every year to win the prize.
But
Oh, honey.
All right, baby.
My woman's intuition is telling me that at this very minute that foxy sister of mine is trying to get Kermit to talk to Vint.
No, she wouldn't have to try very hard. That Kermit's just like a trained monkey on a stick to her. I tell you what, Bessie, I'll see Vint.
Darling.
Oh, Vint. Vint, I've been looking all over for you.
Well, I'm not too hard to find. What's on your mind?
I wanted to find you before Rome starts telling a pack of lies.
Well, if it's about that strawberry preserves contest, I can make up my own mind. Besides, I haven't seen Rome since yesterday. Say, what's wrong with you two men?
Oh, Vint, it's just... You can chalk it all up to Bessie's jealousy.
Man, you're not a hen-pecked husband, are you?
Well, of course I'm not.
You two can handle your women. Why don't you be the peacemakers?
Well, Vint, because it takes two to make a bargain. That's it. And then Bessie, you know. Bessie has got Rome eating right out of the palm of her hand. And all he can think of now is how to pick a fight with me. And someday I'm going to accommodate him. I'm going to haul off and then...
Well, that's no way for brothers to feel.
Well, you'd feel the same way, Vint, if you were in my boots. You know, you're not married.
You know, if I were you, I'd keep an eye on that Surrey you bought, Thelma.
What do you mean?
If Rome's as rile as you say he is, he could try something.
You don't think he'd do anything like that?
Oh, I'm not saying he would. I'm just saying he could. This afternoon at the fair, when the Surrey's in the barn, nobody's watching.
He better not try, because he'll have the fight of his life on his hands. Thanks for warning me, Vint. I'll be watching him. Oh, about Thelma. I know you'll do right by her.
I'll do right by Thelma.
Vint, whatever my brother Kermit was just trying to put over on you now, don't you believe it. All he's angry for is to see Thelma win the blue ribbon.
And you want to see Bessie win the blue ribbon?
Well, she deserves it. Anyway, it was a cheap trick of Thelma to try to horn in this way.
Well, keep your head. Everything will turn out all right.
Oh, I can keep my head, but what about Kermit? He's a dangerous man.
Him?
I wouldn't put anything past him.
Well, if he's such a dangerous man, you better keep your eye peeled. Just how far do you think he'd go?
Oh, he'd stop at nothing.
Might even be low down enough to mess up that pretty Surrey you bought Bessie,
Oh, gosh, you don't think he really...
Even he wouldn't be that low down.
Well, you don't know, Kermit. Anyway, I'm glad the Surrey's over at Hank's livery stable. There are too many fellas around there for Kermit to take a chance.
Yeah, it's true. Of course, this afternoon when the fair's on, there won't be anybody around the livery stable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That might be when he tries something. But believe me, Vint, he won't get away with it.
Started off just about like any other county fair, and everyone seemingly out for a real holiday. Back of all this, however, was just a little bit of strain. Bessie had already arrived as confident as one of those prizefighter fellows about to protect his crown. And as Thelma drove up just as confident, there were more cheers and the tension grew. The judging of the preserves was being held for the last. And while Ezra Stone's heifer was being reported the best bred, I had some things to do.
Kermit.
Yeah, Vint.
If I were you, I'd get over to the barn before Rome does.
Did you hear something?
Well, I wouldn't say that. It's just that, well, this is a little advice.
Thanks for the tip, Vint.
Something wrong, dear?
Vint just told me that Rome's up to tricks. I'm gonna have to take care of him.
Don't let anything happen to you, please. Promise me.
Nothing's gonna happen to me. I know what's gonna happen to Rome.
There goes Kermit sneaking off, just like I thought. Now's my chance to catch him red-handed.
Why don't you call the sheriff and let him handle Kermit?
No, Bess. This I'll handle myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, last we come to the Blue Ribbon for the best strawberry preserves, to be presented by Vint Bonner. All right, Vint, come on up. There are 18 entries.
18? You mean I've got to taste all 18 of them?
Gotta be fair to all the contestants.
Oh, well, let's get started.
Spoon right in.
Don't go into that barn.
Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to you, you lily-livered coward.
You got nerve enough to step inside. We'll see who's the coward.
I thought maybe a little scuffle would clear the air a bit. But who in the world would have figured they'd carry guns?
So I caught you red-handed, didn't I? Sneaking in here to wreck my wife's Surrey.
You caught me red-handed. If I wasn't here, you'd be busting Bessie's buggy right now.
You're not gonna wriggle out of it that easy, Rome.
This jar was submitted by Mrs. Bessie Taylor. And this jar was submitted by Mrs. Thelma Taylor.
Gonna take a little doing.
Oh, take plenty time, Vint. We want you to be dead certain. A lot depends on it.
Yeah, well,
Haven't you tasted enough yet to make up your mind?
I'm supposed to pick the best preserves in the county, is that right?
That's right.
Well, this jar by Miss Bessie Taylor is excellent. But I've tasted better.
Well, does that mean that Thelma wins the blue ribbon?
No. The strawberry preserves made by Miss Thelma Taylor is very good, too.
I'm here to protect my property.
You've got me to reckon with.
I am warning you, Kermit.
And I warn you.
they'd shoot at one another.
Vin, you've just got to do something.
Look, ma'am, they may not be able to hit one another, but somebody else could get killed.
But Vin, maybe they're murdering one another in there. Do something.
You stay here.
Please.
All right, Miss Taylor.
Oh, Vince, you give me, please.
What do you two think you're doing?
Well, he was doing...
I was hiding, and he...
Bessie! Thelma!
Oh, no, listen, you have to bring
Please! Look! Are you two ready to call it quits now?
Well, personally, I'm very happy to be alive.
Good.
Me too.
How about you ladies? You're the one that started all this, you and your strawberry preserves. Are you ready to call it quits?
Well, I guess we did carry things a little bit too far, Vin, but we had no idea there was going to be shooting.
You had no idea. You must have known.
Some one of you men shot my Surrey.
Well, it wasn't me. I hit what I aim at.
Oh, you couldn't hit the high...
Oh, is that All right, you four just stay here in this barn till you're ready to act like human beings. Strawberries.
Selma! It was you saying on I could talk. Selma, it was...
Like most people, I sometimes take stock of myself and decide to improve my faults. But there's one I never make much headway with. I just can't seem to mind my own gosh darn business. You know, I've got a feeling you can tell a man by the house he lives in. And there was a heap of pride and a man-sized share of arrogance in the owner of the Circle B.
Howdy. We ain't taking on any hands.
Now that makes us even.
And we don't hold with saddle tramps.
We're still even.
Well, say your say and get.
I need a couple of 100 feet of barbed wire to fix your...
You! There's a store 60 miles due south.
You the boss?
McKellen Burke.
Well, Mr. Burke, it's a nice little place you got here.
Little! Throw him out, Joker, on his ear. Just fixing to, Mr. Burke.
Now listen. I need some barbed wire.
Give him what he wants. You're on the wrong side of my fence. Keep your hands on those reins.
That's the second time you've sneaked up behind me, Mr. Burke.
There won't be no third. Now climb into your saddle and get.
Do you know that you and your man are trespassing?
Trespassing? On my own range? Man, you're talking wild.
Anybody interfering with government work is trespassing.
Who asked the government to come on my range? What are they doing here?
I guess you got a right to know. Come along.
Hold up. You got a name?
Yeah, I got a name. Vint Bonner.
this is a government survey.
Yeah, the government surveyed through here clear back in 49.
Mm-hmm. With 2 eyes on the Indians and 1 on the transit. So no one rightly knows where Colorado leaves off and New Mexico begins.
Well, then I'll tell you. North of my range, it's Colorado. South, it's New Mexico. Betwixt and between, it's mine. Now, you take that news back to your government.
Mr. Burke, you wouldn't be aiming to secede from the Union, would you?
I could be pushed into it.
Trouble?
Oh, I hope not. Looks like we got some company for supper. Of course, you'll have to eat beans. I haven't had much time to do any hunting lately.
Are you the hunter for this party?
You might say.
Are you the head surveyor?
You might say.
According to him, you got the right to cross my land without my say-so.
That's right. But the law says we've got to leave everything just as we found it, like replacing barbed wire and...
Fair enough. And that goes for my cattle. And every critter on my place, tame and wild. I catch you shooting any of 'em, and you get shot.
There's a man be a trial to his friends.
What friends?
Old Burke sure had me in a spot. I was ranging 50 miles a day for game, and not finding any.
You aiming to hurt someone, Sonny?
We don't allow saddle tramps on Timberlake property.
1,000 miles, nothing but peace, and a dinky 50-mile spread, nothing but trouble.
Well, if you don't turn around and head back, I'll give you the next bullet right between the eyes.
My men could sure use that rabbit I shot.
Get off our land and stay off.
All right, son, but tell your folks I'll be coming through here with a survey party soon. Beans again.
You know, I don't mind vegetables once in a while, but 3 days in a row.
It's going to be worse before it's better.
Maybe I could make friends with him, Vint.
Yeah. Just be sure and duck before he rattles. And get out your peace pipe. Here he comes.
More beans?
Yeah. Want some?
Nope. I'm aging down a couple of antelope. Bagged them about 5 miles west of here.
We have no quarrel with any man, Mr. Burt.
I have. I don't like your hunter.
Mind if I handle this, Vint?
There's nothing me and you's got to talk about as long as Bonner's working for you.
You have it all wrong, Burt. I'm the head surveyor, but Bonner's in charge.
Sure makes it tough on you. I'll send you up some more beans. Come on, Joker.
Mr. Burke, you and I are going to have a heart-to-heart talk.
We got nothing to talk about.
From now on, my men and me are going to eat meat.
You're in my way, Bonner. saved my life.
Here, I'll give you a hand.
I don't need no help. I said I could take care of myself. You're free to hunt my range as much as you please. Come on, Joker, let's go.
This is the first real food we've had in days.
Got him with the first shot, too.
Hate to take you away from your supper, but Mr. Burke wants to see you.
What for?
Well, nothing to get excited about, as long as he ain't kept waiting too long.
Set yourself, Ben.
Well, if you don't mind, sir,
I said set.
Yes, sir.
Right handsome thing you done this afternoon.
I just happened to be there.
Right handsome.
All right.
It ain't every man would save an old coot who tried to run him down.
It was just as much my fault.
It was all my doings. Yes, sir, and it set me to thinking. No, giving Bint the right to hunt ain't much to do in return for what he done.
Well, believe me, Mr. Burke, that's all I wanted.
Sit down.
Yes, sir.
So I was thinking I could take him on as a foreman in the place of Joker.
No, sir. Foreman, no.
And then I harkened back to the runaway. And I thought, supposing I'd been killed.
Believe me, Mr. Burke, you're too tough to be killed.
I said supposing. But if I had been killed, the whole circle be spread. Every last steer, every blade of grass would have gone a-begging. You see, Vint, I haven't got an heir.
Oh, well, maybe you ought to be married.
Who'd marry me?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, how about a widow woman? There's always a widow woman around someplace.
No. I had something else in mind.
Yeah, well, if you're going to have an heir, you got to get married.
Too late. Time passed me by. No, I got a better idea.
Well,
sit down.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, thinking that away, I got a right good idea. I'll take myself a partner. That's what I said to myself. A man that I can trust. A man that returns good for bad. A man...
Partner? Well, I'll see you tomorrow, Mr. Burke. That is, well, maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, sir. Here comes Laughing Boy again.
Oop. How's my partner this morning?
Mr. Burke.
Call me McClellan, Vint.
McClellan?
Oh, Mr. Dawson. I want you and your men to eat your meals over at my ranch while Vint and I ride over and get all those papers drawn up.
Papers? What papers?
Well, didn't he tell you? We're partners.
Partners? Why, only yesterday you
Well,
were...
didn't he tell you that either? Why, old Vint here, he saved my life. All my born days, I never did see a man so modest.
Mr. Burke.
McClellan.
McClellan. I don't want half your ranch.
Now, don't start saying no to me.
But I didn't do anything worth having half
You
your...
mean to say my life isn't worth much?
I'd do the same for anyone.
Just so happens you done it for me.
Mac, couldn't we just be friends and let it go at that?
Not unless you take half of my spread. Now, I'll keep the north half and give you the south half. Oh, it's a little bit rocky.
No!
Why, you ornery, ungrateful...
Look, let's just get on with the surveying. We'll just have to eat beans, that's all.
Butter! Vint. I just can't stand to be beholden to no man. But I'll give her a try for you.
Well, the next couple of weeks proved one thing for sure. With Burke for a friend, I didn't need any enemies. He was at my side every waking minute. Him and that smile. His gratitude was getting so it was downright painful. Oh, he got ruffled once in a while. Once he took me out to the limits of his property and pointed to what he called the Timberlake land on the other side. He didn't exactly have a high opinion of nesters. Well, I suppose I'll bring the men back for supper as usual. See you later.
Goodbye.
Best thing I could think of was to let old Burke save my life, and that would make the two of us even. Besides, I was getting a little desperate.
You, gather your gear and pack it up. Any tricks and I'll drop your partners.
Son, you've got this all wrong.
Yeah? Well, get moving.
If you'll only take me to your folks, I'll...
Clean the other side of the creek. That's where you're going. I had a hunch you'd show up. Go on, get in line with your pals.
Now, aren't you being a mite drastic?
Shut up and start walking.
Drop that gun, Sonny.
Better do as he said, son.
Go on, do as I say.
Put your gun away. Go on. Now move. Go on. All right. The lot of you. Go back onto Burkeland.
How come you let a kid get the drop on you?
How come you let a woman get the drop on you?
Shut up. Now get started. One false move and we'll fire. The first to go will be you and you.
You're making a big mistake, ma'am. Now, if we could just talk this guy...
If you try that again...
You dang fool, you'll get us all shot.
Well, look, why don't you do something, Mr. Burke? You're the only one that can get us out of this danger.
Well, you might tell us at least what we've done, ma'am.
You're a thief and a land grabber.
A thief? Why, if you wasn't a lady, I'd...
Go ahead and try, Mr. Burke.
Come on, Ma. Let's shoot him now and get it over with.
Well, at least you might tell us what you think we stole.
You don't even lie good. Out here with your surveyors, building up a crooked claim that I couldn't fight in court against your money and a bribed judge.
And you call me a liar.
Meaning I'm one?
Meaning you just told the biggest whopper I ever heard.
You take that back.
Well, maybe it was just a mistake. These men here are doing a government survey, ma'am.
Oh, sure. The whole government comes to a stop till the Timberlake land's been surveyed.
They don't give a hoot or a holler whose land they're on. They're running the territorial boundaries along here. Goes on this land right along here and then goes over on my land.
You don't have to shout.
Well...
Come on, Ned.
Hey, not so fast there.
All right. We apologize.
What I mean is I want you...
What Mr. Burke means is that he'd like to, invite you down to his place for a chicken dinner.
Chicken? Chicken?
Sure, aside from saving my life, I understand he makes the best chicken in these parts. I do wish you'd come.
Well, we'd love to. Thank you very much.
Mr. Burke, you know, I haven't got a great deal I can call my own. I guess the closest thing to me is this six-shooter here. I'd be much obliged if you'd take it.
I didn't save your life. And you know it very well, Bonner.
Just call me Vint.
Stop smiling at me! Miss Timberlake, you weren't fixing to kill us, were you? wasn't even loaded. Fine boy you've got here, Miss Timberlake. Come on, son. Take me to your pa.
We buried Pa June 7th last year.
Buried him?
Other side of the hill from where I saw you. Robbers got him. Couple of saddle tramps.
Dirty rats.
Pa, he didn't have a chance. Being out in the fields with only a weeding hoe.
Shooting an unarmed man.
We heard him arguing, Ma and me. And we drove him off with our guns. But they had got Pa. And they said they was coming back for us. I only wish they had tried.
Well, thank you for everything. But I've let half the day slip by.
So have we. Nice meeting you, ma'am.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go, Williams.
Can I come along?
Want to be a surveyor? Happy to have you, Ned.
Next time you come calling, we'll give you a more fitting reception. Goodbye, Mr. Bonner.
Oh, your gun.
Oh. Well, thank you again.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh. Bye.
Bye.
Now, that's what I'd call a right handsome widow woman. You got yourself a new assistant.
One of the best. Hey, Ed, we've lost so much time today, I think we better work all the hours we can.
We're going to need something to eat for tonight.
Well, I could shoot you a couple of rabbits.
You could? Oh, come on up. Prove it. That's good.
That's Mom.
Hold on. Was really the other tramp. You all right, ma'am?
I think so. Look!
This was awful. If I had to save old Burke again, I'd never get out from under his gratitude alive. And I got me a real inspiration. I'd let someone else do it.
When you get close enough, grab hold of the reins. Grab the reins, son.
Well, Mr. Burke, he looked like he'd reached the end of the line. But knowing him like I did, I was pretty sure he had plenty of years left in him yet.
Vint.
No, wait just a second. Don't go blaming me for this.
Partner.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you got it all wrong, you see.
You, Vint, can have the north half.
Now, wait, I didn't have a chance to save your ornery hide. It was Ned here that stopped the runaway. All I did was back him up. Why, you should have seen that youngster. He saved your life for sure.
Come here, son. Sit down. And you borned him.
When you came flying down that hill, Mr. Burke, you looked like the cavalry charging to the rescue.
Why, little old Ned here, he took his little old life in his two little old hands and he... And you let him. You, a full-grown man, let a half-grown boy risk his life on a runaway that you could have hauled in with one hand tied behind you.
Well, no, wait just a gall-darn second. I wasn't exactly standing around with my thumb in my mouth, you know.
You up and sent a boy on a man's job. Shame on you. My boy.
Well, he did.
You know, he's going to make a mighty fine rancher when he grows up. You know, Ned, that South 50 there is a little bit rocky. But I'll tell you, when we get together, we'll fix it up all right, and you'll have a mighty fine piece of it.
Well, that's about all there was to tell. Except some weeks later, I got me an invitation to a wedding. And finally got himself an heir. All neat and ready-made. Someone else to throw that smile at.
Son, you're the only horse I know who gets spring fever. It's a nice day for it. One of those days when nothing is going to happen and you just don't care. In the shape I'm in, if anything did happen, I couldn't happen back at it. Coming into Hope Springs. There's a town that has spring fever 12 months out of the year.
What's the story, Sheriff?
He's dead.
That makes 3 of them. Same as murdered. It is murder.
Well, we don't know who they are or how many there is of them. But they're a good-sized outfit. They've killed 3 men in one holdup and got away with $20,000. Now, they're not going to be easy to bring in or to catch. But they know we're hunting them, and we'll hang them.
I'm with you all the way, Mr. Rayburn.
We're all with you, Sheriff. All right. And we've got our posse. Go get your guns and your horses, and we'll meet here in half an hour.
Right.
Howdy, Vin.
Hi there, Sheriff Rayburn.
Well, you picked sort of a tore-up day to come visiting.
Sounds like you got your work cut out, Sheriff.
It's real bad.
I didn't hear the whole thing. What happened?
Well, a bunch of road agents rode out of nowhere this morning and stopped the Greasewood stagecoach.
The hard way.
3 people killed. That was the shotgun guard that just died. See, I'd sure appreciate it if you'd ride out with us, Vin.
I'm afraid not. I'm riding kind of slow and easy these days. I'm a little too stiff to be of much use.
You haven't got rheumatism at your age?
No. I was standing in the wrong place when a bullet went by. I stopped it. It's not quite healed yet.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, good luck.
Well, same to you, Vin. And keep your eyes open.
I'll stay awake. It's just as important for a man to know when he shouldn't volunteer. When he's going to be more of a hindrance than a help, that's the time. Takes gumption, though. And it leaves you feeling a little lonesome. Still, when you're babying a gunshot wound, you can't be doing a lot of other things at the same time.
Get off your horse.
If I'd had the use of both arms and a drawn gun in each, I'd have still been sunk. A dozen men would have been just as trapped as I was.
That's far enough. Drop your gun.
Rifles behind every rock, and just me in the middle of them. Not one of them moved an inch.
Throw over your poke. Don't move.
Shade. Why don't you ask your friends up there to join us?
Think you're pretty smart, don't you?
Matter of fact, I think you're pretty smart, too. Though usually girls your age are mostly beginning to think about boys. Where you live, kid?
None of your business.
All right. I can just tie you on your horse and let him lead us to your home.
Why did you have to come along when you did? I had it all figured out.
I take it you're a little new with the road agent business. Though that boom handle gun is pretty sharp. Where'd you get that one?
Found it up all by myself.
Yeah, good. Of course, people have been thinking that one up for the last 2,000-3,000 years. In the war, we called those Quaker guns. What's your name?
Letty. Letty Belknap.
Mine's Bonner, Vint Bonner. Let's see, I used to know a Belknap around these parts. Jim Belknap, a rancher. He never told me he had a daughter, though.
Just like him. He wouldn't.
Why not?
All he thinks about is George.
George?
George Belknap.
Oh, your brother.
He thinks the sun rises and sets on him just because he's a boy. I can outride and outshoot that smart aleck any day of the week.
Well, why would you want to? Tell me, how did you happen to get in this line of work? It's a little unusual for a girl. I mean, a woman.
Cattle Carey was a road agent, and so was Bess Monahan. And they were good ones, too.
Of course, I never knew Bess Monahan, but I knew Cattle Carey pretty good.
You did?
Yeah. Ugly as a board fence. Matter of fact, she was too ugly to even hang. Used to hang around saloons and cadge drinks and tell lies about what a great road agent she used to be. People used to laugh at her.
Well, they don't laugh at all road agents.
No, they don't laugh at all, road agents. Some of them are not very funny. They, hang them.
Well, they'd have to catch me first.
Oh, yeah, well, that shouldn't be too hard. I caught you. The next party coming this way wouldn't leave enough of you to grease an axle with.
Next party?
Yeah. The posse from Hope Springs.
Posse?
While you were setting up your little playhouse out here this morning, there was a real holdup. A stagecoach holdup.
How much did they take?
$20,000 and 3 lives.
You mean they killed people?
Uh-huh. Decent, hard-working men making a living for their families the slow way. By working for it.
That's awful.
It happens all the time in those dime novels you read. Except they leave out the part about the thieves getting hung. I guess that's not exciting. Say, what would your father do if he found out how you spent your morning?
Take a board to me.
And you'll be getting off easy at that.
How is he gonna know?
Because I'm going to tell him when I take you home.
That's the meanest thing I ever heard. What are you looking for?
This gorge is kind of spooky. A natural trap. A young road agent like yourself can figure that out. I guess a professional could, too.
You put your hands up again, Mr. Bonner.
Now, what are you up to?
I'm going my way, and you're going yours. And if you come near my house...
All right. You know, you look like a young lady who could be right smart if you put your mind to it. Now, there's one thing you ought to learn. Who's that? One thing you've got to learn.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do something your father's gonna thank me for.
You're real pleased with yourself, don't you?
Yeah, anytime I see nonsense, I'm pleased with myself when it's all over.
Get him up, both of you.
Anyone you know?
No.
Climb down.
Then take a good look at your first real road agent. Climb down. Gang must be splitting up.
Looks like everybody's splitting up in little bunches. I'll take your guns and your horses. First time I ever saw a girl in a posse.
Now, this is what I was talking about before. See what's bad about it?
I said I'll take your guns.
There's a right way and a wrong way to do everything, and he's doing it the wrong way.
I don't think you understood me. I said I'll take your guns.
Right away, but you see, I was trying to explain to the young lady a while back. She had ambitions to be a road agent, and
All right. You can stop now. Yeah, it's a good thing I was in the neighborhood. This is as far as you go, lawman.
just to set the record straight, I'm not a lawman.
That don't matter at all.
What are you gonna do?
Just you wait and see. I'm gonna take care of this smart friend of yours for good.
Sheriff Rabin was a man who knew his job. He and his men killed or captured the rest of the gang. He was mighty glad to get the last two and the money.
Well, they're the men, all right. And they'll last long enough to hang. How did it happen?
Well, I don't know exactly. I guess they wanted our horses. First this one showed up, and then this one came along.
I gotta hand it to you, Vince. For a wounded man, you're still a tough one to tackle.
I don't deserve the credit. If Miss Belknap hadn't been here, I'd have been in real trouble.
Yeah, looks like the going-ons here were just too much for her.
I better follow her and see that nothing happens to her. What's the matter? Letty.
I never shot a man before.
Well, in your line of work, you'll have to get used to that.
But I could have killed him. Me, Letty Belknap.
Well, maybe you were lucky again.
Lucky? Do you call shooting two men lucky?
Well, If you'd been on the other end, you'd be the one that was shot, and nobody would have minded. That's right. Get it all out. You learn anything today, Letty?
I've learned a lot.
What?
The difference between real and make-believe.
That's quite a lot. Most people go through their whole lives and never learn that. It says someplace in the book that experience is a dear teacher. That means expensive.
It says, too, that a fool will learn with no other.
Yes, I think it does someplace.
How are you, Letty?
Hi, Lonnie.
Been hunting?
Just riding around, sort of.
That's your bow?
I haven't got a bow.
Well, you ought to have.
It's a puzzlement to me why you ever went to that neighborhood in the first place.
You don't expect anything she does to make sense, do you? Well, she always acts like she's been eating sour grass.
Nobody asked you anything. Letty, I've told you until I'm tired of the telling. A half-grown gal has got no business riding off in all directions.
Well, it's a good thing for me she was out there today. She handled the situation just like a grown man.
I'd rather she start acting like a grown lady. If it's all the same to you.
You're not going to sit around waiting for that to happen, are you?
You've always got something smart to say, haven't you?
Now look, you two. You start fighting, and I'm going to take a board to the both of you.
You couldn't act like a lady.
Now, you hear me?
It's a pity you were out being a cowboy. Lonnie Hawkins came a-calling, and you weren't here.
Sure he wasn't coming to see me.
Oh, I wouldn't be sure. Maybe he wanted to ask you to the square dance.
What's so funny about that? Why shouldn't a young fella ask her to a square dance?
Oh, nothing. They come around doing it all the time. Well, fellas just can't stay away from a biggity old girl in blue jeans that always wants to fight.
Just one more word out of you, and I'm going to take my belt to you.
Well, I guess I better run along.
Oh, you're not going already, Vin. You ain't been here long enough to let your saddle cool.
Well, I hate to eat and run, Jim, but I've got something in town I got to do.
And you come again.
I'll see you later. So long, Eddie.
Bye.
You probably go to that square dance in blue jeans divine.
I've had enough. Now, you two, shut up and eat your food. Go on now.
Howdy, Mr. Walker.
Well, howdy, Sheriff.
I guess County was glad to get their money back.
That they were, Sheriff, that they were. In fact, they asked me to convey their special thanks to you and Mr. Bonner here and to the young lady.
That's what we wanted to talk about. Did they mention anything about a reward?
Well, no. I'm just as sorry as I can be, Mr. Bonner, but there just isn't any reward. This whole business came and went so quick. Nobody had time to post one.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
That sure seems a shame, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
That little girl doing all that good? How about that, Vint?
I always thought that virtue should be rewarded.
Well, you've got a point there, Mr. Bonner.
He sure has. You know, you people owe that little girl something. Why, for all you know, she may have prevented a whole epidemic of stagecoach robberies and such. Could have drove you people clean out of business.
Only trouble was she stopped it too quick. We generally don't post any rewards till after we lose money.
Well, now, Mr. Walker, it wouldn't have to be a very big reward.
And if you're not going to pay any reward at all, well, maybe nobody will bother to even stop people from holding up your stages.
Well, how much of a reward did you have in mind?
Well, let's see, how much was it they took?
20,000?
20,000. That's quite a lot of money. Yeah.
Well, be sure it's enough.
Yeah, I guess you're right. How about $12? Hi, George. Say, where's Letty?
Oh, there's never any telling with her. Hey, Letty! A fella come to see you.
Well, Vince, don't tell me that you found some more road agents.
Well, no, Jim, but the day's still young yet.
Hello, Mr. Bonner.
Hi there, Letty. I got something for you.
For me?
Yeah. It's kind of a reward from the stagecoach company.
I don't want a reward for shooting anybody.
Now, Letty, they don't give rewards for shooting people. They give rewards for helping out their business. Here, take it. Go on inside.
Why?
Well, go on inside in case you like it. Now, Scoot, what?
Vince, it is amazing how quick a country can grow up in it.
Amazing how quick anything can grow up.
Almost before you notice it. Hey, company's coming. Oh, Lenny. You, just traveling or going someplace?
Just idling around, Mr. Belknap. Yeah.
You, know Mr. Vince Bonner?
I saw him a while ago, riding with Letty. I don't see Letty around. Oh, she went to a room a while back, and that's the last anybody ever saw of her.
Hey, that's right. Vince Bonner, is anything funny going on around here?
Huh? Oh, no, nothing at all.
Well, what in the world is that?
Well, I never.
You laugh and I'll beat your head in.
Letty, I'd say you've gone beyond fighting with the boys. Wouldn't you, Vince?
About right.
Well, what are you gaping at?
Was that what you're going to wear to the square dance?
Wasn't planning on going to any square dance.
Well, when you do plan on going.
Letty, why don't you let him take you? Shucks, he can't help it because he's bashful.
Well, I guess I better be traveling.
Well, might as well stay a spell.
I'm behind schedule now. Goodbye. Goodbye, Letty.
Vince?
Well, that was a big day's doings. You know, it isn't every day you can watch a child turn into a grown woman. Not unless you're lucky. There was a lot of ready cash in horses that year. You rounded up a wild herd, broke them, hired some hands to haze them to market. All it cost you was the men's wages and a lot of long, hard days and a lot of short, weary nights. One man who made money that year was Olaf Berlin. For the first time in the 6 years I'd known him, Olaf was paying wages instead of drawing them.
Vint, how much you figure I'm going to get off these horses after I pay you fellas off?
Olaf, I must have told you that a dozen times. You ought to know it by heart now. $3,000. Maybe a little more, a little less. Anyway, enough to get you home.
$3,000. Man, that'll sure go a long way in Minnesota.
Go quite a distance right here in Arizona, Olaf. Want to set him up when we hit town tomorrow night?
Well, for you, Quinn, the rest of the boys, but I ain't taking none. No, sir, not for me.
Not one little swallow, huh?
Not even one little swallow. If you fellas could see that farm back home. Man, I have to see it to believe it. Lakes, fishing streams, and trees thicker than the bristles on a briar. And right ping in the middle of it, my paw's land. Cleared as clean as your hand. The wheat waving. That's what I've been waiting 6 years to get back to. Saving my wages every year
and blowing them on a party the first time you hit town.
Not this time, Vint. It's gonna be different. It's gotta be different.
Yeah, how come?
My pa hurt his back this spring. I gotta go back and help him on the farm. Hired man's let the whole place go to pot. You know how hired men are.
I know how this hired man is, thirsty. Come tomorrow night, me and coffee ain't speaking. Oh, I can see it now. He's standing in Jubal Carney's place with my foot on the rail and a little old glass of sunshine going down just smooth as cream.
That's enough, Quinn.
It's all right, Vint. He ain't gonna keep me from going home.
It was about time you got wise to something. This is home. For you as much as us. All the dirt and sweat and rancid bacon and weebly hardtack you can eat. You ain't no better and no different than the rest of us.
I think you're wrong, Quinn. I think Olaf's a green country farmer.
Used to be. He's just a plain dirt cowpoke now. Besides, ain't he a pretty big boy to be needing you as a wet nurse?
I hope that was an accident, Quinn.
Soon, Bonner. Real soon.
$3,200, Bill. Here, Bill, pay them off. I ain't much of a bookkeeper. $50.
Still going to set him up for us, so? That is, if Mr. Bonner don't mind.
That'll cover it.
And I'll leave your change with the bartender.
He won't be seeing the bartender. Just to make sure, Olaf, why don't you put that money back in the bank till you leave tomorrow morning?
Sure, Vent. That's a good idea.
That won't do any good.
They're still in there. I can hear them.
Hear him or not? Bank's closed. I suppose you boys run on about your business.
Well, Marshal, he just wanted to lock his money up.
You raise any more ruckus, I'm going to lock you up.
So that's your big, dumb Olaf, is it?
But look, kid. Not a good he's going to do us if he gets himself tossed in jail.
Say your name's Berlin, eh? Yours?
Ed Bonner.
I've heard tell of you. You're in town hunting trouble.
I never hunt trouble, Marshal. Sometimes it has a habit of finding me.
They'd better not find you in this town. The hotel's right across the street. They'll lock up your money in their safe.
Come on, Olaf. Much obliged, Marshal.
You worry too much, Gwen. Things will work out. They always do.
Still leading the lambs to slaughter, boy?
No, I never saw you pass up your share of the lamb chops, Dixie.
I guess I had that coming. Who's the lamb this time?
Big one. Plenty wool. Only hitch is he's got a ramrod. It won't let a man near him.
Doesn't have to be a man.
All right. What do you want me to do?
Like you didn't know.
You got a place around here where a man can put his money?
Sure, mister. We do it for trail crews all the time.
You sure that thing's safe?
Safe as a bank. Phew. No wonder you're worried. That's quite a roll.
Biggest one I ever had. Means a whole lot to me. You let anything happen to it, now.
Nothing's going to happen to it. Your room's number 12, top of the stairs. The boy will bring you hot water.
You coming, Vent?
No, I'm going up the stable. Seemed to me Scar was favoring one of his hoofs. And don't give him $1 of it unless I say so.
Why not? It's his, isn't it?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be if it was in his pocket.
You mean there's those that would try to separate him from it?
That's the idea.
Whatever you say, mister.
Pretty slick.
Where'd you learn it? The carnival?
What are you talking about?
Well, you short-counted me.
You got $50. 5 tens, just like all the rest of us.
5 tens, huh? 4 tens. Fixed to look like 5.
I'll say it again. You got the same as all the rest of us.
Yeah, only 10 of my 50's in your pocket, and I'm having it.
Trouble found you after all.
Now listen to me. I didn't start this.
Didn't start it. Short-counted me and then like to bust my jaw.
Listen to me, Marshal. We had a run-in back at camp. He's still packing a grudge.
Sorry, Bonner. You can tell all that to the judge in the morning.
In the morning?
I'm afraid you'll be spending the night as a guest of the county. Let's go.
Mr. Bonner back yet?
No, sir, he isn't.
It's funny.
Shouldn't have took him this long at the livery stable.
Oh. Oh, hi, Quinn. You seen Vint?
Well, no, I thought it was with you.
Oh, he went down to the livery stable and ain't got back yet.
Well, maybe he's over in the saloon.
Him? After telling me to stay out?
Well, maybe you don't know Bonner like you think you do. If he's such a good friend of yours, how come he run out on you?
Run out on me? Oh, he didn't do no such thing. He's out here.
Just over there having a little glass of cheer on the sly, maybe. Oh, what do you care? He wants to get himself in trouble, that's his lookout.
Trouble?
Oh, now I hear how he cuts loose when he gets too many under his belt.
Whew. You mean Vint? I don't believe it. Still, maybe I ought to check up.
Wouldn't hurt none. I'll walk over with you.
Come on. You can take it. Come on, you're stronger. Come on. There you go.
Oh, the man's a regular bull, isn't he?
Hey, you ever see such muscles? Where'd you get them, Olaf? Lifting anvils for exercise?
Them farm muscles, Dixie. Harvesting the wheat and bringing in the hay.
Think I could wear this old garter around my neck?
It's a mighty pretty little neck, Dixie. I bet you could. Just like a necklace. Wish it's diamonds.
How come you only wear one?
Well, others around my money.
What money? You haven't stood a treat all evening.
That's right, Olaf. Till now, the party's been on us.
You know why I ain't spending. I gotta save my money for my farm. Besides, when I start buying drinks for the house...
It's kind of customary, Olaf.
Oh, stop bothering him and go find yourself another friend. Chances are he hasn't got any money anyway.
I got plenty of money. Only... What do you mean about find yourself another friend?
It's my job, Olaf. Getting the customers to spend a little of their extra cash. I thought you knew.
Never thought about it, I guess.
Well, don't think I like it. Every night I come to work here, I feel dirty. Oh, I tried other jobs when I landed here. They didn't even pay hotel rent, let alone save up a stake to get me back east.
Back east?
Ohio. I better do what Carney says before he decides to fire me.
Not while I'm here to look after you. You're gonna stay right here till I get back. And you ain't sitting with nobody but me. Not tonight, you ain't. I'm gonna show you a role you ain't gonna soon forget. Fire you, huh? You'll see about that.
Olaf, wait.
Hold my money.
Mr. Bonner said...
I want my money now. You understand me now?
But Mr. Bonner said...
I know, but I said I want my money.
He said not to give it to you. For you.
Marshal, will you let me out of here?
I'll pay Quinn the $10.
Oh, can't let you out after you're entered on the books.
But if I don't keep a check rein on Olaf, he's liable to...
I don't see why you have to. You locked up his money like you said.
Yes, I know.
Well, then there's nothing to worry about.
Well, you really did it this time. Where are you going to get another steak like that?
Don't rub it in, Vint. I don't know why you put up with a lunkhead like me anyhow.
The clerk at the hotel's a lunkhead. I told him not to give you the money.
Don't blame him. I made him do it.
Can you tell me why?
Well, they got the hoorah on me over at the saloon about not buying drinks for the crowd. And ouch!
Well, what were you doing there in the first place?
Looking for you.
For me?
Well, you didn't come back to the hotel, and I started looking for you, and Quinn said you might be over at Connie's place.
Quinn said? I think we ought to have a talk with Quinn.
We'll talk. Without this. Yours too.
Well, I'm afraid you got the wrong bull by the horns, Marshal. Why, Oath's my friend. Why would I slug him?
For his money.
When a man has a bankroll, he generally spends some of it. That's something he didn't do. At least, not here.
Why did you steer him in here looking for Bonner? You know all the time I got Bonner locked up. Look, it wasn't me that robbed the squarehead. Haven't been out of here since he left.
None of us have been out all evening. Right, Dixie?
I guess so.
You don't sound very sure.
They were here all evening.
You're lying. You're in cahoots with them.
That's enough of that. You had your cry. You better vamoose while you're all in one piece.
I'm sorry I had to do that, Oath.
You're sorry. Why didn't you swing on the ones that robbed me? And you ain't even searched them yet.
Well, go ahead if you think we got his bankroll.
It's up to you, Marshal. But let me tell you something. I'm not used to having my place wrecked and being called a thief all in one evening. All right. Go ahead. Get it off your mind.
If they had it, it's buried too deep for us to find it.
You mean you're gonna let him get away with it? Well, I ain't.
You better lock him up for his own good.
Lock me up? Never figured you'd sell me out, Vint. Always figured you for a friend.
Come on, things will look a lot better in the morning. The way you're looking at him, you'd think he's gonna die. He won't.
The question is, what are you going to do about it?
What can I do? The way I look at it, you couldn't find $1 of it now with a bloodhound. Bonner, I just can't go up and down that street out there going through people's pockets. When a man wears a badge, he's got rules.
Well, I don't wear a badge, and I've got one little hunch.
Who is it?
My name's Bonner. I want to talk to you.
You talk to me in the morning.
I'll talk to you now.
Just a minute. What do you want?
Almost $3,000.
The pay isn't that good at Carney's place, mister. Besides, there were other girls there tonight. Why pick on me?
You were with Olaf.
I'm not fooling, mister. You've got no business going through my things. Put it back.
Pay must be pretty good at Kearney's. One night's work?
Too many nights' work. All right, get out.
Gonna leave your working clothes?
If I ever wear a thing like that again... I didn't take his money!
I think you know who did. Was it Carney? Quinn? Both of them?
Tell me! Alone!
I'll leave you alone when you tell me what I want to know. Who put you onto him? Carney?
Carney paid me to work on all the customers, keep them spending. I didn't do it because I wanted to. It happens to be the only job that pays enough.
Pays enough for what?
To get out of this country. Oh, I know what you're thinking. What am I doing here? It's like quicksand. Easy to fall into and hard to crawl out of. I was going to be married. When I got off the stage, he wasn't here to meet me. He'd gone. Do you know what it is to be scared? Giant and homesick?
I know how Olaf feels about Minnesota.
To me, it's Ohio. A little farm on the bank of the river. Close enough to hear the steamboats pass. The flowers in summer, bright as that dress I wear at Carney's. Don't you see I've got to get out of here? Can't you understand?
Olaf had a chance to get out, too. First time in 6 years. Now he won't make it. You will. He won't.
$50. That's what they gave me. Maybe it'll help. Carney and Quinn have the rest of it. Quinn will probably be leaving town tonight. He doesn't stay around long after the job's finished.
Thanks. I had to be sure. I just had a talk with Dixie. Have to do something about that young lady. She talks too much.
Have to do something about him so he won't.
I don't know whether I'll get all this money back or not. But I'm going to take care of you two, Sharks. Make it easier on the next poor devil that comes down the line.
Remember back at camp, Bonner? I said soon. Well, this is it.
Where's the money?
I told you before, I ain't got it.
Where's the money?
No, don't hit me. I get it. I'll get it right now.
Thank you, Marshal.
Let's go. You mind me, only milk, all the way to Minnesota.
Don't worry, Mr. Berlin. I'm not working for Carney anymore. I'm going home, too. Thanks to Mr. Bonner.
It's a fine friend. An awful fine friend. Wonder if he's got any place to go home to. Like me and you, I mean.
Mighty lucky. Both of them.
Nice town with quiet, nice people, but 3 months is a long time to stay in one place. I had made a friend, though, Sheriff Ed Fishman. One says goodbye to friends.
Howdy, Vent.
Hi, Sheriff.
Not pulling out already.
You the sheriff here?
I reckon so.
I'm Captain Clayton, U.S. Cavalry. These two men are my aides.
You people are kind of a long way from home base, aren't you, Captain?
And who might you be, mister?
My name's Bonner, Vent Bonner.
Don't tell me you've never heard of Vent Bonner.
I can't say that I've had that pleasure, but I'm sure Mr. Bonner will excuse us while we discuss some government business.
Now, wait a minute, Captain. Come on in, Vent. I haven't had a proper chance to say goodbye.
Don't be too hard on the young fella. He doesn't mean any harm, you know.
My orders, Sheriff. I think they pertain to you.
I really should be going, Ed. I'll call up to old Jesse for you.
Did you say old Jesse, Mr. Bonner?
That's right. Do you know him?
You ever seen anything like this?
I can't say that I have. Have you, Vent?
Gold. Odd-looking coin.
Yes, it is unusual. There was only one minting of those coins, and they were on a quartermaster train lost in this vicinity in '64 on or about the 19th day of October.
That's going on 20 years ago.
That's correct, Mr. Bonner. None of that gold shipment was ever recovered. Not until 6 weeks ago, then only those two coins.
You mean you come here to investigate old Jesse?
Investigate and interrogate.
Well, you're going to have to find him first.
That shouldn't be so difficult, Sheriff.
That's what you think. Why, Vent Bonner here is just about the only one that can get you within even talking range of that old man.
Are you a professional guide, Mr. Bonner?
I'm going that way. I'll be glad to point out old Jesse's place to you.
I've been empowered by the government of the United States to offer up to $100 American for a guide when deemed necessary to reach my destination. That's a government draft.
I've seen him before.
Shall we be on our way then?
Good day, Sheriff. How's your voice, Captain?
What do you mean?
I mean, can you be heard 100 yards?
Well, I think so. Why?
I think that's about as close as you're going to get to old Jesse. Well, that's Jesse's place. They're up on top of the hill. So how much did you say was in that shipment of gold?
About $500,000, mostly in gold ingot.
That would be pretty heavy, wouldn't it?
Oh, about 1.5 tons.
1.5 tons? Well, how do you expect an old man to get 1.5 tons of gold up that hill?
Well, suppose I ask him that. Well, you've done your job, Mr. Bonner. I think I can handle it from here.
Captain, if you don't mind, I think I'll stick around.
Right, man.
Like that was your 100 yards, Captain. Maybe you better let me try at it.
Jesse! Hold it a gall-darn minute, it's a friend!
I ain't got no friends. So go on about your business before I bring my aim down where it ought to be.
Did you hear what I said? It's Vint.
Vint? That's you, Vint?
Of course it's me.
Come up a little closer so I can get a better look at you, Vint. Be careful, mind you. That's far enough, Vint. Now, what's on your mind?
Now look, Jesse. I want to talk to you. Close up and private. I'm coming up all the way.
I knew the old saw about curiosity killing the cat. With all this hardware around, it stood a good chance of killing me.
up, Vin, where I can see 'em.
Take it easy, Jesse. Look, where in the world did you get all of these guns?
Never you mind about that. What you doing down there with all them Yankee soldiers?
Well, now, Jesse, just relax. I came up here to talk to you a little bit.
I can only see 3 or 4 of them. Old eyes ain't so good no more like they used to be. But there must be 100 of them hid out down there under cover.
No, Jesse, there's no 100.
Not that I blame them, mind you. Because I used to be a crack shot in my younger days when my eyes was better. Because even now I could pick enough of them off so they'd never know what hit them.
Yeah, Jesse, I'm sure you could, but now listen to me. There's no 100 soldiers down there. There's just 3, a captain and 2 aides. And we came up here...
We? Which side you on, Vin?
Jesse, don't be ridiculous. There's no sides anymore. The war's over.
Don't sweet-talk me, son. Which side you on?
Jesse, I'm on your side. Any side you're on, I'm on. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it. I knowed it, son. I knowed it. You know, you and me betwixt us could stand off the whole doggone Union Army.
Bet we could.
There's the side I'm on. That's the side I fit on. Fit with them 4 years. I'd fight with them 4 more years, too, if they was to need me. You see that flag there, son? Yeah. General Lee himself give me that flag. Yes, sir, Robert E. Lee. Come riding up there on that big old white horse of his and, what is it, Traveler, his name was. He called me right out of the ranks, and he said to me, yeah. What them doggone Yankees want with me anyway?
Well, Jesse, it doesn't make any difference now. It couldn't be true anyway.
What do you mean don't make no difference? Man like you ain't gonna come all the way up here about something that don't make no difference, risking a shot from my gun? And what is this here that can't be true?
Well, that young Union officer seems to think that you've got over a ton of gold stashed in the shack up here.
This here ain't no shack. This here is my home. Shack. Intelligent young fella like you ain't gonna think that a old man like me got all that gold stashed away up here, is you?
Well, I admit, Jesse, it isn't very likely.
No, it ain't likely, but it could be true.
How would you get it up here?
Mule?
Oh, Jesse, this rough country, all that weight, you'd kill a mule.
I did. Kill 4 of them. Doggone, I killed myself, toting all of you on my own back after the mules all died.
Now, wait just a minute, Jesse. That's absolutely impossible.
Impossible. I'm telling you the truth. I know what I got up here.
Well, I know this much. You haven't got that gold up here, not that much of it anyway.
Oh, you think you know so doggone. You think you're so doggone smart. You think you know everything, don't you? Just hold your horses, son. Just hold your horses. Look at here. Prize of war, son. Prize of war.
Well, prize of war. Jesse, the war's over.
No, not for me, it ain't. We whooped them fair and square in 61 and 62 before them Yankees started resorting to all them tricks. Why, at Vicksburg, if them Yankees hadn't blowed their bugles all night, so we couldn't get a wink of sleep. A fighting man can't fight without sleep.
Jesse.
Then at Antietam, if a Yankee spy hadn't put whiskey in the horse's feed, we'd have whooped them there, too.
Jesse, will you listen to me?
Then at Shiloh, them beans we captured from the Yankees, how did we know them beans was wormy?
Jesse, listen to me. I know how you feel about the war, but what's that got to do with all this gold?
Well, seeing as how they didn't win the war, fair and square resorting to all them tricks, appears to me like they ought to surrender.
They ought to what?
Surrender. And seeing as how I'm about the only fighting man the South has got left. It looks to me like they ought to surrender to me. 'Cause that's the only way they're ever gonna get that gold.
Mr. Bonner, I'm an officer of the United States Army. My first and only concern is the successful disposition of my mission. Now, I've been ordered to retrieve that gold. I intend to do so.
No matter what the cost.
Need I inform you, Bonner, that any interference by civilians might be regarded as treason?
I can locate no telegraph, sir.
Why, they're in a telegraph office within 50 miles.
As you were, Jenks. Well, then the four of us will have to enter that shack.
The three of you.
You have a short memory, Bonner. As I recall, you are still in Army employ.
Captain, the Army employed me to guide them to old Jesse's shack. I've done that.
Have it as you will, the three of us.
And I hope you've notified your next of kin, because the three of you aren't coming back.
One old man against 3 cavalry troopers? It's hardly a match.
But I've seen that old man's arsenal, and I think he's gonna win.
Ridiculous.
Captain?
Yes?
Begging your pardon, sir, meaning no disrespect, but don't you think Mr. Bonner has a point, sir? That Gatling gun and all that?
And all what, Jenks?
Well, sir, Mr. Bonner has already told us that shack's built like a fort.
That's Mr. Bonner's opinion.
Begging the captain's pardon again, sir. But that's my opinion, too, sir.
That'll be enough, Jenks.
Yes, sir.
Well, it seems you've made a convert.
Well, think of it this way, Captain. How would it look on the record if you and your aides failed to take the gold from that old man?
What do you mean, how would it look?
Embarrassing. Now, it wouldn't hurt to check with your superior officer, you know. Aside from the field piece and the Gatling gun, I saw a number of other weapons.
Mr. Bonner, have a chair.
Thank you, General.
Now, would you please start at the beginning?
Yes, sir, I'll try, but like you say, it's a little confusing. Well, let me see. In the first place, it's possible that the North didn't win the Civil War.
What?
Maybe I better start again. Did you ever hear of the 1st Texas Cavalry, sir?
What Union soldier within 1,000 miles of the Mississippi hasn't?
Well, that was old Jesse's outfit.
Well, it was a fine force. I know because I fought against it. And if old Jesse was a member of that outfit, he was quite a soldier in his day.
Well, that's what he says. He also says, well, he said that the North didn't win the war. Fair and square, that is. He said that, well, for instance, at Vicksburg, the Northern buglers kept blowing their horns all night and kept the Southern soldiers awake, and that's why they lost the battle. And at Antietam, a Northern's put whiskey in the horse feed, and some of the Southern horses were drunk.
Mr. Bonner, will you please make some sense?
Well, let me put it this way, General. Jesse occupies an impregnable position on a cliff against a mountain wall. He guards every approach. Aside from a field piece and a Gatling gun, he's got enough small arms to last for weeks. There's bound to be bloodshed.
Can it be avoided?
I think so, General, if you let me arrange a surrender.
Mr. Bonner, the South surrendered 20 years ago.
No, General, I don't think you understand what I mean. What I mean is, I want to arrange for you to surrender to Jesse.
Mr. Bonner, you must be completely and totally out of your mind.
Maybe I am, General, but I thought the government wanted that gold back.
Well, of course they do.
Well, this way they could get it back without firing a shot and with no bloodshed.
Well, of course the government can use the gold, all right, but you'll have to give me time to see if this can be arranged.
Well, by all means, General, take all the time you want.
It's amazing what gold will buy these days.
You're so right, General. Jesse?
Right behind you, Vint.
Jesse, come on out here. I want to talk to you. Now, sit down over here, will you? Just sit down. Will you put that... Give me the gun, will you?
No, I ain't gonna give you my gun.
Put it down on the table.
I don't feel comfortable without my gun.
I don't feel very comfortable with you. We'll just put it down on the table.
Put it right here?
Yeah, you can grab it anytime you want it.
That's handy so I can grab it if I need it.
Jesse, I just talked with this General Ballison.
General who?
General Ballison, he's the Union commander here in Kansas.
Ah, Yankee.
Well, he's a soldier just like you are.
That don't make no difference. He's still a Yankee.
Well, he'd heard about your troop. Said you were just about the best fighters in the whole war. Said he wouldn't want to tangle with you under any circumstances.
Did he?
That's right.
Oh, go on. You know, that shows uncommon good sense. That is for a Yankee.
Said he'd like to meet up with you sometime. To put it in his words, to pay respects to a worthy opponent.
Oh, Vin. You're joking.
No, I'm not. I'm just repeating what the general said.
Well, you know, you're kind of making it hard for me to stay mad at him.
Well, Jesse, since you feel that way, and since he wants to talk to you, why don't you meet with him, soldier to soldier?
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. Maybe I will. Of course, on the other hand, maybe I won't.
Welcome to Shelby, General.
Thank you, Mr. Bonner. I expect you've made the necessary arrangements.
Yes, sir. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, Mars Clearing, if that's all right with you.
I find that acceptable. Until 10 o'clock then. Captain, you'll find a suitable site near Mars Clearing.
Yes, sir.
Corporal, carry on.
Jesse, it's getting late. Sun's getting high. Jesse!
Don't get yourself in a uproar, Vin. I gotta iron the wrinkles out of this here uniform. Tain't fitting to appear before no general in it like this, even if he is a Yankee. All right.
Come on, Jesse, time's wasting.
I'm coming, Vin. I'm coming.
Well, that looks just fine. Turn around, let me see.
First time I had this thing on in more than 20 years.
Yes, sir. What's that?
What's this here?
Now, look, Jesse.
Doggone it. I told you I didn't feel comfortable without it.
Well, this is one time you're going to have to feel comfortable without it. Now, go on out and get on your mule. I'll be right out. Go on.
All right.
am I addressing, sir?
Jesse R. McKeither, Sergeant, C Company, 1st Texas Cavalry.
I am General Thomas Balderson, commander of the Military District of Kansas. I am proud to meet you, Sergeant McKee.
I'm certainly proud to meet you, too, sir.
In respect and tribute to your superior military ability and position, Sergeant, I would deem it a great honor if I may offer a token of respect from myself and the Army of the United States. Do I have your leave, sir?
Yes, you surely have. You're very kind, sir. You know, I never thought I'd live to see the day when I'd be saying that to a Yankee. But I can't take your sword, sir, because I know how important them things is to a military man.
It's offered in all sincerity, Sergeant. I would take it as a personal affront if you did not accept. I consider it a point of honor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you kindly. I'll treasure this year to my dying day. I'll never forget you, General. Never, sir.
And I'm quite sure I'll remember you for a long time, too, Sergeant. Captain?
Yes, sir?
You will retrieve the gold at the sergeant's convenience, and mark you it must be done with honor.
Did you hear what the man said?
I heard him, Jesse.
He said he would consider it a personal insult if I didn't take his sword, and he said he would never forget me. We whooped him, Vin, we whooped him. Ain't that something?
That's something.
Hunt. Bud Rainey was still in the valley, we all knew that. But there are 1,000 places to hide in this country. And the nearest law was 6 days away. It was hard to believe that he'd try to get through the swamp along the river. It was nearly impassable and full of quicksand. No one but a completely desperate man would try it. But Bud Rainey was a completely desperate man. I couldn't have thought more of him if he had been my own kid brother.
Hey, Vin. That about the right size for Bud Rainey's neck? You used to know him pretty well. You ought to know his neck size.
Where's Bill?
Back at the ranch, having it out with that pretty little wife of his. She used to know Bud Rainey pretty well, too, didn't she? Maybe Bill figures she knowed him too well.
Watch your mouth, Cole. And you won't need this.
You help raise a wolf pup, Bonner. Don't blame me if he turns and bites you.
You're not in charge here. Bill Clayton is. We all agreed on that. We'll do it his way.
Who says we ain't doing it Bill Clayton's way?
I'd known Bill Clayton and his wife, Mary, as long as I'd known the man we were hunting. It was hard for me to think of any one of them without thinking of the other two. They had been that close. And now Bud had killed, ruthlessly, without reason. And he'd have to hang for it. But a lynch mob noose wasn't the way. Not because he was our friend, but because he was a human being. I figured I could count on Bill Clayton feeling the same way I did.
What proof do you have? Do you know it was Bud, or do you just need someone to accuse?
It's my responsibility, Mary. Do you think I like it?
That's what I'm asking you, Bill Clayton. That's what I want to know.
Hello, Ben. Bill?
Vint! Oh. What are we going to do?
We're going to listen to Bill. You know where I stand. Yeah? Do Cole and those other boys on the North Fork, do they know where you stand?
They've got their orders, and they're getting out of hand.
They've been up 2 days and nights. What do you expect them to do?
I expect them to act like men who know the law. We've got enough trouble as it is.
Those men are my neighbors, Vint. They've got a stake in this valley the same as I have. When a decision's made, they'll all have their say.
What's your decision going to be, Bill?
You know Bud as well as I do, Vint. But do you know which way a killer wolf will jump next?
How can the two of you stand there and talk about Bud as if he were some animal to be hunted down? Have you forgotten who he is? That he's our friend?
Bud made this decision, Mary. I didn't.
That's right. You didn't. You can just stand there and be judge and jury and put 20 men out there with guns and ropes.
Stop it, Mary.
No, I won't stop it. I'm sick to death of all this talk of duty and justice and right and wrong.
Bud Rainey killed a woman. Can't you face that?
No, I can't face it. I can't face it because I don't believe it. And neither do you. You're not remembering Bud as we used to know him. The only thing that you're remembering is that I was in love with him before I married you.
You coming then? I'll stay a while.
Bill! I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say that.
Mary, it's not that Bill and I have forgotten Bud. It's just that we can't think about it any other way.
Then you think that Bud's guilty. You believe what everybody is saying.
I have to, Mary. You don't have a choice either.
You're wrong, Vint. I do have a choice. I don't expect you to understand this, but, well, a woman can love a man and be his wife and still have a great tenderness for the past that's as big as love itself.
Everyone has memories. Those were good times for you and Bill and Bud.
And you, Vint, always there to give us advice and taking our part. How did you ever put up with us?
Someone had to.
Oh, Vint, where did it all go wrong?
I don't know, Mary, but try not to think of that. Think of where it went right with you and Bill.
What will you do?
There's not much I can do. I'll try and see that he's not hanged by a lynch mob.
Vint, wait! I'm going with you. It'll only take me a minute to get ready.
No, you're not.
Don't you see that as long as I'm there, they won't do anything to Bud?
Do you want to get yourself killed?
Why, Bud wouldn't hurt me.
Mary, he's already killed one woman. Bud's trail led straight to the swamp. It would only be a matter of time until Bill and the posse picked it up. With 20 men scattered through that brush, Bud could sit back there and pick them off. Alone, I might have a chance. Maybe I figured I could surprise him. Or maybe I was remembering the kid I'd helped to raise and hoping he'd remember me the same way. The one thing I hadn't counted on was Mary Clayton's stubbornness. Come on out!
Vint, please. Look, I'm only trying to help.
Mary, I ought to turn you over my knee.
Vint, it wouldn't be the first time.
In the name of all that's holy, can't I explain to you that... No, I suppose I can't. Now, look,
I want you to sit there and don't make a sound. Do you understand?
Vint,
What do you want?
be careful.
Scream again and I'll use this. Mary. Where's Bill? Where's the posse?
The other end of the valley.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. Look, Mary, you gotta help me.
That's why I came here, Bud.
Who's with you?
Get him up high, Bud. You all right, Mary?
Well, you think I'd hurt her? I didn't know it was Mary. Vint, I'm glad to see you. Well, it's like old times.
Up.
Look, I wouldn't do nothing. Not to the only two friends I ever had. Not to you and Mary. Look, I got no gun. I lost it 2 days back. I run my horse into the ground. I ain't had a bite to eat in 4 days.
Oh, Bud.
Oh, Mary. If you only knew how often I thought about you. And you, Vint? Do you think I forgot everything you done for me? Hey, remember that saddle you gave me? That was the best saddle I ever had. Look, Vint, you don't need that gun, not with me. I'll listen to what you say. I always did listen to what you said.
Yeah. But not enough.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna take you in.
You mean you're gonna turn me over to that posse? Now look, Vint, I've been watching them. They're kill crazy. You're not gonna turn me over to them.
I'll take you to the county seat.
Well, that's a 6-day ride. How are you gonna get me there? I don't trust none of them. Not even Bill. Now look, who's going with us?
Just you and I, alone.
Bud, you can trust Vint.
Yeah, all right. I'll trust Vint. I trust the two of you. Nobody else.
Vint, he's hungry. We could go back up to the house. The men won't be back for an hour or so. I could fix something to eat and, well, Vint, you must be hungry too. Please, Vint.
Move.
I forgot that silly thing.
And then when she opened that desk, and that little old skunk came out.
Wish it was that way forever, the way it was then.
Childhood doesn't last forever, Mary.
I don't know what got into me. Just seemed like everybody, everything was against me. And then when you and Bill got married, and Vint left.
I asked you to go with me.
I wanted to be on my own, Vint. Don't you see that? Well, I wasn't going to lean on nobody. No, I wasn't going to grab for the gun, Vint. I guess I got no right to expect you to believe in me. I know what they're saying about me. There's no use denying it. I suppose you believe it.
No, Bud. I don't believe it.
Oh, Mary. If it could have only been you and me, instead of you and Bill.
That's enough, Bud. It could Could be Bill and the boys.
You turned on me, the two of you. I should have known it.
No!
You led me into a trap. I want a gun, Vince. I got a right to protect myself.
You got a right to a trial. Nothing more.
What kind of a trial? You think them men out there's going to give me a trial?
I told you I'd get you out of here. It'll have to be through the swamp. Mary, is there another horse in the barn?
So ashamed. I didn't mean what I said before.
Oh, I understand, honey. I wanted to tell you I understood, but I always seem to think of the words when it's too late to say them.
I didn't expect you back so early.
Oh, we got to get some fresh horses. Cole Ramsey and some of the other boys want to try the swamp. You've had company?
Oh, yeah, Dan McCaskill and Joe Schaefer stopped by. They look so tired. I fixed them something to eat.
Mary, Dan McCaskill and Joe Schaefer are right outside. They've been with me all day.
Oh, well, it was...
Where is he, Mary?
Billy hasn't got a gun or even a horse. You can't run him down.
Mary, I asked you where he's hiding.
I'm not going to let you do this to yourself. Or to us.
You can't protect him.
I can protect him. You and Vent and I are the only friends he's ever had. Bill, we've got to help him. He needs us.
He's a killer.
So will you be if you turn him over to that so-called posse out there. Now, he has his rights. I'm not going to tell you where he is. And if you think it's because I was once in love with him, why...
You said that, Mary. I didn't. Is Vent with him? Oh, Mary. Better get that swamp mud up off the rug before somebody sees it. Might make a stain.
Come on, Bill. We're wasting time.
Bill!
I want to flush me a wildcat out of them swamps.
We're not working the swamp.
What? We decided on it.
It was a bad decision. If he's there, we can never find him in the night. Besides, I don't think he's there anyhow. I figure more like Cedar Breaks.
Oh, that's all right with me. We'll set fire to the thickets and smoke him out.
She ain't coming, Vin.
We'll wait.
Vin,
Yeah.
I want to talk. Been a long time since I had a chance to talk.
I'm listening.
I ain't all bad, Vin.
I never said you were.
I made mistakes, maybe too many of them. The one big one was when I didn't go with you at that time when you asked me to.
I think it was before that, Bud.
You mean that shooting in Sand City? Well, that was self-defense. Even the judge said so. You spoke up for me. Man's got to stick up for his rights. You had to kill a man for a reason. Now what's so different about me?
You liked it. I never did.
Maybe that ain't so, Vin. Maybe I don't like looking into the coals of the fire any more than you do. Vin, give me a chance.
Why?
You take me into trial. They hear my name, and every killing in the last year, they lay it on me. What kind of a chance is that?
Best one I can give you, boy.
No, it ain't, Vin. You wanted me to go up to Montana with you. I'll go. It'll be like old times, just you and me. Oh, please, Vince. Please, you're the only one that ever tried to help me.
Someone's coming.
Vince, didn't you hear anything I said?
I heard you.
I got a good horse. I put as much canned goods as I could in the saddlebag. Also a canteen of water. I brought another gun, too.
I see. Have any trouble?
Bill knows you're here. He knows what you're trying to do.
What?
Don't you see? Bill thinks the same way as we do. He knows that you and Vint are here in the swamp.
You told him, you fool!
Take your hands off her. What happened?
He turned the posse away from the swamp, up to Cedar Breaks. Don't you see? Bill's trying to help. You can take the North Trail out of here. Nobody's going to stop you.
That's a trap. I ain't riding out of here right into their arms.
But it's no trap. Bill's trying to help you. He's your friend.
Yeah, fine friend. Fine friends, all of you. Vint with a gun on my back, and you telling Bill where I am. Now there's a posse out there just waiting to get me.
I've had about enough of you, Bud. Now you listen to me.
Bill Clayton lives in this valley. He's going to have to face these people the rest of his life. And he's risked his reputation, everything he's got, just to give you a break.
You really believe that, don't you?
I believe in Bill.
All right, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I got a little excited.
Yeah, maybe you were. Now get on the horse.
Look, I'll go. No trouble. But I got my rights. You said that yourself. Just let me have a gun.
No.
Just give me a gun to pack. Just so I know I'll have it. It ain't fair, Vince. I got no way to protect myself. They'll come after me and they'll shoot me down in cold blood.
I say they won't.
You think they're going to listen to you? Why, you're helping me to escape. They won't stop to ask questions. They'll cut you down just as quick as me.
I'll take that chance.
But it isn't so. You can trust us.
I don't trust nobody. Let's you and I make a break. We'll go away together, like I said. Is it a deal?
No deal, Bud. Not now or ever. Mary?
No, Bud.
Put it down, Mary. You don't need that. Mary, Vince was going to turn me in. He was going to double-cross me.
Stand back.
You don't understand, Mary. I just wanted a gun to carry. I didn't even care if it was loaded or not. Men stand back when they see Bud Rainey with a gun. They get scared and they stand back. Now give it to me.
Stay away from me.
Look, Mary, this is Bud. You don't have to be afraid of me. I'm going to take you with me. Just like we always planned it. Yeah, we're going to ride double. They wouldn't dare shoot at me if you were along with me, would they?
That's all we mean to you, isn't it? Any of us. Just things to use and then throw away when you're through with us.
No, you're wrong. Because I love you. Look, Bill ain't right for you. It's me. Look, I love you.
You don't know the meaning of the word. You never did and you never will.
I told you nobody gets in my way. Just nobody!
Everything they said about you is true. Everything. You did kill a woman.
That man I just shot, Mary.
We never knew him. Not you or Bill or I. We never knew him at all.
It's all right, Vince. That Mary's a good nurse.
You know, if it came right down to it, I would have stopped him some way or another. Neighbors that know, I just couldn't let him hang, Bud.
You proved that, Bill, when you pulled that posse off and gave us a chance to get out.
I wanted to tell Mary, but I just have trouble finding words when I need them most.
She'll understand.
I hope so. I love her an awful lot, Vin.
Tell her that, Bill. Keep telling her. Pain and grief, well, they pass and they can be forgotten. It's only the good and pleasant things that a man can remember forever. I knew it would be that way now with Bill and Mary. I knew it had to be that way with me. That day I rode into Ledge, there was a kind of hysteria in the air, as though a whole town were coming apart at the seams.
With snow, this could be Christmas.
Yeah, they're busy, all right. Well, you might say we was trimming a tree. We're gonna have a hanging.
Men happy over a hanging?
Oh, they're just noisy at the prospect of some excitement. Who are you looking for, mister?
I mean Bob Cavis. I understand he has a cabin outside of town.
You a friend of Cavis?
I'm a friend.
Well, Bob's took himself a room in town. About where you see that little knot of men down there.
Right.
We're going to have law and no nonsense.
Right.
You Sheriff Duncan?
He ain't here. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for a friend of mine, Bob Cavis.
How come you ain't dressed in black?
It's the second time I've asked about Cavis without getting a straight answer. Where is Sheriff Duncan?
Tom Duncan, the best man this town ever had, was shot dead by your friend.
Can't believe that.
Then come to the trial. Maybe that'll convince you.
When is the trial?
About an hour. It ain't proper to hang a man at least to have a trial. Times is civilized.
Pretty soon you'll all be wearing hard collars.
Your friend's through that door. Just leave your gun.
You taken a liking to a cage?
Why not? After 10 years of it, it feels almost like home.
Did you kill Tom Duncan?
No.
Who did?
How should I know? I wasn't even at the cabin.
Tom Duncan wasn't shot at the cabin. He was shot on the trail into town. He had been to your cabin, and a set of footprints followed him out of your cabin. And your rifle was found close by.
You've got it all figured out, ain't you, mister?
The whole town's got it figured out. You've got 5 minutes, stranger, unless you want a place in here yourself.
All right, Bob. Let's have the whole thing.
Look, Vin, ride along. There's nothing you can do.
What does that mean?
I'm tired.
If you didn't do it, you don't have to pay for it.
Don't care much anymore, one way or the other.
You mean you'd let them hang you for a murder you didn't commit?
I didn't do anything at Ellsworth, neither.
Oh, no. Nothing much. You just got drunk with Billy McGill and these boys the night they shot up the bank. You got caught asleep at their camp. Oh, you were lucky. You got 10 years free room and board. Billy and his boys got the rope.
Yeah, I sure had a lot of luck. My wife died the year I was sent away. I got a 12-year-old boy I don't hardly know. Look, Vin, twice. I don't see nothing, I don't hear nothing, I don't do nothing. But the law comes around just the same. Well, they won't be around anymore.
I didn't know you had a boy. Where is he?
Up the cabin, I reckon. Don't worry on him.
What's going to happen to him?
He'll make out. He's a kid. Kids make out.
Oh, sure. Scar on the heart doesn't show.
Boss told me about you.
You don't believe your father did it, do you, Andy?
I don't know. Pa won't even let me see him. All I know is what the kids say in the Everett family. They took me in. They're good, but I don't want to listen to what they say about my father.
Your father didn't kill Sheriff Duncan.
It's hard living on only what you hear. I wish you'd just let me see him.
Your pa didn't do it.
Well, who did?
I don't know. But I'm going to try and find out, and you're going to help me.
Can I, Mr. Bonner? Can I, please?
Sure, boy. But we got to prove it. And we got to prove it legal. You understand?
Yes, sir.
We'll make it a fair fight, you and me.
I wish I could just see him, though.
Give him time, boy. Give him time.
Hey, now, who's going to be the prosecutor?
Yeah, that's right.
So what?
The man that tells why you hang him.
Yeah.
Now, if it's going to be done legal, we got to have a prosecutor.
That's right.
I have been to Denver, and they
He's
have a
right. We have to have a prosecutor.
Now, sure, who's it going to be?
Why, Frank Kohler here. Who else? He's the only one who can pronounce a dang word. Besides that, we all owe him money.
Okay, Frank's prosecutor. Now we're going to need a judge. How about Doc Martin here? He's been to school.
He's a doctor. Besides, he can't see the ground with two looks.
Gentlemen, did I hear a request for my services?
Steady, Doc. The man don't need a boil, Lance. But you might take a look at his neck later.
Well, let's start her off. Judge Martin, you're benched, sir. Doc! Pete, tell Hyde to bring Cavis in.
Listen to him cackle. The hanging's solemn. No need to be taken on, screaming and drinking.
You're a stripe different, huh?
I'm the hangman. Oh, they don't think much of me. I'm just a little piece of dirt that best roll over or get stepped on. But I've been important. I worked my rope in some of the biggest towns.
This court is now in session.
Frank, we oughtn't to start now. It's supposed to be a newspaper fella from Cooper City.
This ain't a sideshow, Hyde. Let's try to have some semblance of a trial.
Oh, but we needed some girls, like Justice. I seen her picture once. She's a stand-up, handsome woman.
Bob Cavis, stand up to the bar. It's liable to be your last chance.
Go on, Mr. Prosecutor.
I'll be brief. Tom Duncan went down to see Bob Cavis. Pike here heard him say he was going. Right, Pike?
That's a fact, Frank. He told me he's...
Cavis wore a jail suit for 10 years down in Kansas. Lawman's got a right to check on the next con.
Tom and Cavis must have quarreled about something. At any rate, Duncan had hardly left the cabin when Cavis ghosted him on the trail. The tracks showed it plain. Now, you tell the rest, Ross.
When I found Tom dead, blood was still warm in him. I followed the trail back to the cabin, and there it was. Cavis. Cabin was all tore up, but the rifle was still warm, with an empty shell in the chamber.
I guess that about does it. You want to declare sentence, Judge?
I declare a round of drinks on the house. Yeah! Speed this malefactor on his last journey.
This isn't any trial. It's a drunken farce. This man's innocent.
You think so, stranger?
The law thinks so. He's innocent until proven guilty. You haven't even given him a chance to plead.
What's the verdict, Judge? We want it, and we want it now.
Here, let's hang him. Let's hang him. Hang him by the neck tomorrow morning until he's dead.
I don't care if you've done it. Just please let me see you, Pa. You're the one who wants my father dead. You'd like to try that again?
Andy, give me the knife. Give me the knife.
I'm going home. Do as I say, going home.
Poor little bobcat.
He's in his father's pelt.
You know, we ought to trim his claws.
The boy's wrong. But I don't blame him. Here.
I hate them. Them in their courts. I'd like to...
Kill him?
They deserve it.
Andy, I told you what we did had to be legal.
And what they do, that doesn't have to be illegal. Is that it?
It's what we do that's important.
You know, that's easy to say. But when this thing is finished, you're gonna ride off in your pony. And I'm gonna stay here with the people who killed my father. Now, how do you think I'm gonna feel, Mr. Bonner?
Look, Andy, I know how you feel. But it's the law that counts, not the kind of law they're using. There's more to it. It's come down for hundreds of years. It's all we've got. What we do has to be done the legal way.
Well, what do we do, Mr. Bonner?
I've got some questions. I'm going out and find some answers. Now, Andy, you stay here.
I want to see my dad.
Says he ain't interested. Don't want to see it.
I know. I still want to see him.
All right, go ahead. You both deserve each other.
What you doing here, boy?
I got something. It's the sheriff's. I slipped it out of his holster while he was in here. I could have shot him, but I figured you'd want to do that.
Can I see Karis?
Just leave your gun.
Where'd you get this?
It's Hyde's. I sneaked it out of his holster.
Andy, go on home. Go on.
Do like Mr. Bonner says, son. He said he'd have killed Hyde himself, only he thought I'd want to do it.
After that trial, what could he think?
After tomorrow morning, he won't have to think about it.
Just the rest of his life. You give up, and I don't know a better way to tip that boy the wrong way.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're stubborner than a bush steer, and you're feeling sorry for yourself. It takes a tough man to be a father.
How many sons you got, Bonner?
None, I'm sorry to say.
You can have Andy.
What?
Take him, Vint. You can help him.
If you're hung tomorrow morning, I'd be afraid to take him.
All right, Vint. What can I do?
First, do you have any idea who did it?
No.
Well, then give me something to work on. Guess. Think. How about that hangman?
Pike. He ain't got the gravel to kill with a gun. He likes a man blindfolded with his arms tied. Besides, Tom Duncan was his brother. He's just a buzzard circling for the feast.
Then how about Coulter?
Owns everything in town but the air. But he hired Tom. Ain't likely he'd want him killed. That Ross Hyde now, I wouldn't introduce him to a cobra.
What did he do before Tom was killed?
Well, he was Tom's deputy. I don't know him well. I heard of him up in the Johnson War. He rode with Tom Horn.
He said when he found you that the cabin was all torn up. Why?
I don't know why. I was out back chopping wood. I heard the shot and I run up to the cabin. It was already tore up. And then Hyde come and took me.
Why would the cabin be ransacked?
Looking for something, maybe.
Was the money from the bank robbery ever found?
Word was that a strong box with $30,000 disappeared. Buried in a canyon, I suppose, with a tribe of Indians hunkered over it. You know how stories build.
And there's always a map. You're the last man left alive in that robbery.
What did I tell you? He's got it on him right there in his belt.
Sheriff Hyde says you or the boy slipped his gun to give it to Cavis.
Don't get nervous. If we were going to use it, we wouldn't have waited for you to call up the home guard. The boy took it, and I took it from him. He had a very strange idea. He didn't want to see his father hung for something he didn't do. Make sense, Coulter?
What makes sense, Bonner, is that since you came to Ledge, the boy's dangerous.
And we're not just suggesting this, we're going to tell you.
You take that boy and the both of you ride out of this town.
Does he get a chance to say goodbye to his father?
He'll get a chance.
And you tell that kid no more tricks. We'll be watching him.
I'll do that. And you watch. Andy, that little trick you played with a gun bought us 2 tickets south tonight. We've got only one chance to save your father.
What do we do, Mr. Bonner?
It's a slim chance, but we'll have to take it. It's dangerous. It depends on you. Now, we'll need a piece of paper and an old envelope. The older, the better. Now, listen carefully.
Stove tomorrow morning, Ross. No need to stage and hang it too early.
Bonner! Just hold it right there. All right, go ahead. Come on.
Give up. Yeah, that's right. Pa, we're riding out, Mr. Bonner and me.
Together? You two? Good. You got yourself a new pa. Now, you mind what he says?
But he says you didn't do it. That they're killing you for hate. Like they killed that fella in the book.
What book? You know I don't read books.
The church book, Pa. The one we're all living by. The Everetts, the school marm, Frank Coulter, Pike Duncan, and Ross Hyde.
You read that book, son?
No, it's too long and full of queer names. But I learned a little bit of it. They teach it to us in school.
What you learned out of it?
Well, I learned that thou shalt honor thy father and thy mother. And I learned that thou shalt not kill.
Get it over with, kid. We ain't got all night.
I got something for you, Pa. I found it in the cabin.
Thanks, son.
It ain't much. Bye, Pa. In case I don't see you anymore.
Wait a minute. Here, you take this, boy. Open it after tomorrow. May make up to you for some of the things I never give you.
Right there. Get your hands up, Bonner. Both hands. High, real high. Now you can turn around.
It ain't Ross Hyde. It's Pike Duncan.
Come here, boy. Come over here. Hurry up. You're a nice boy. Too bad you ain't gonna get a chance to grow up. Now I'll take that map.
What map?
The map to the Ellsworth Bank money. Oh, yes. Brother Tom got a confidential wire on it last week from the Ellsworth Marshal. $30,000 in a box. And it's all mine now. That's enough money to make a man grow wide as a mountain and shine like the sun.
And you killed your brother for it.
Well, you're a wise one, ain't you, Bonner?
Shot him in the back.
Yes, I shot him. He caught me going through the cabin looking for it, and he yelled. He yelled at me. He yelled he was ashamed to have me for a brother, and I killed him with Cavis's gun. But not just for the map. I hated Tom Duncan. I hated him. He always got the favors, and I got the scraps. Big. He was big. He was big as Cape Rock, and me down low, cold and shadow. All right. Now you give me the map.
Give him the map, Andy.
This is blank. Ain't no map. Why, you thieving little...